Anne is praying, conscious that she has been spared and must register her gratitude with the Almighty. She has survived the sweat, where many have not been so fortunate, and the acute discomfort she has suffered has been nothing compared to the fear that has shaken her to the bone. At the height of it, lying shivering and trembling in her soaking sheets, Anne believed she would surely die. The family chaplain stood by, ready to perform the last rite, the whole house waiting silently, clinging to a slender thread of hope. Her mind was fevered and confused, but still she tried to reconcile herself to this bitter, untimely end, and to make herself at peace with God. It was impossible for her to accept it, and perhaps that was what saved her. When the sweat comes, the victim is forced to confront one very pressing question. How much do they want to stay alive? For Anne, the answer came simply, and at her moment of extremis, a fierce and intractable will asserted itself. Pity poor Anne Boleyn, who was to marry the king, but she succumbed to the sweat, and that was the end of her. Extinguished, erased, and nullified. Her glorious promise unfulfilled. Her unremarkable life swiftly forgotten by all except her family. No, never, never. She gritted her teeth and reached inside herself for strength and resolution, for that bloody-minded determination to prove them all wrong, to show them that she would not be easily vanquished. Now she lies quietly in her bed, in her white shift and cap, upon clean dry linen. The storm has passed and she is safe. George too has recovered, and the last messenger brought news that the king is safe at Hunsdon, untouched by the infection. She gazes at the light of a fine new day and marvels at the beauty of it, the way it falls through the mullioned window upon the timbers of the polished floor, upon the carved oaken chest, upon the tapestry which adorns the wall. It is as if she has been reborn, as if everything is fresh and new, and the world is a bright, wonderful place in which anything is possible. Tears come to her eyes. She weeps softly for herself, for the ordeal she has suffered, and for those who have not come through the darkness to this new dawn, this new life. She prays, twisting the beads of her rosary through fingers which are still weak, to a God whose cruelty is unfathomable, whose mercy is ineffable. Her body is still prostrate with debilitation, exhausted by the terrible test she has suffered, but her mind is sharp as whetted steel, and suffused with the electric joy of this one glorious, incandescent reality. She is alive. And she believes with every living fibre of her being that there is but one thing that has saved her. It is her faith that has sustained her through the dark hours and brought her safely back into this blessed, lambent light of mercy. Sola fide. God has heard her, and she is confirmed and strengthened in all her purposes.